Welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hello, everyone. My name is Mike.
And I'm Sam.
Who are you?
Sam.
Sam.
Yeah.
Okay then, Stan. All right, so yes, today we're going to talk about remembering or not remembering people's names, aren't we, Sarah?
Yeah,
Yes, we
sure
are.
thing, Zach.
Thank you. Hey, wait a minute. What's going on here? But yes, that is true. Oftentimes, if you're like me, you meet people and you go, oh, your name's Bill. And then 10 seconds later, you're like, hey, man. Hey, buddy. Hey, dude. I forgot this guy's name. And that can be incredibly embarrassing and inconvenient.
Yes.
Do you have a good memory for names and faces and, that stuff?
Well, okay, I would say names, no. I have a hard time with names, especially living in Taiwan, because if they introduce themselves in their Chinese names, that's hard to stick in my brain. Or if they have like a little bit more of a unique English name that maybe is not something very common, that's also sometimes hard to stick in my brain.
My name is Umbrella.
Yeah. So, but I do have a really good memory for faces.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say a good trick to remembering it. But you have so you can see someone and be like, I've met you before, but I have no idea what your name is.
Yes,
and then that person goes, I'm mom.
Yeah.
I'm
Hopefully
your mother.
not that bad. But I have done that many, many times where I will see somebody. One of my most kind of embarrassing stories was I was in class in college. This class has probably 200 or 300 people in it. It's a huge lecture class. And I later was at somewhere with a smaller group of people, and I looked at this person, I was like, I know you. I know you from somewhere. Why do I know you? We've met before. It turns out he was just one random person in my lecture class that I just had seen his face, and my brain said, I know this person.
And you thought maybe you worked with them, or you had like a friend in common.
Or we met before and we introduced each other.
I sat over here, you sat over there in a giant room.
No,
but
my brain just remembered his face in that giant crowd of people.
I'm terrible with names unless I can read the name. And I know this because if I watch a TV show, I can say, hey, that actor's name is such and such, because it used to write their name on the screen. So if I had everyone in the world wore a name tag on their shirt, like at a meeting or like if you worked in the store, I would be great. But when they just say the name in one ear, out the other ear, it doesn't stick in my memory. So I often say, who is who? Who are you? Who am I? What are we doing here? Let's find out with Tess and who?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, Zach.
Oh yeah, right. Dak. Tess is filling Zach in on her day.
Guess what? I ran into Gloria at a dumpling shop at lunch.
Gloria, is that the woman whose picnic we went to a while back?
No, that was Angie. Gloria was the passenger that sat next to us on the plane.
Sorry, but that still doesn't ring any bells.
So yes, part A is titled, Who is Who? Which is a question you would ask if you're learning names. Someone brings you, oh, this is my boss, and that's, sorry, who is who? Who is your boss? Okay, so we're finding out what people's names are, basically. And it says Tess is filling Zach in on her day. When you fill someone in on something, you basically give them the latest news, you get them up to date, you tell them all the information that is important. So she's just kind of saying, these are the interesting things that happened to me today. What happened to her today?
Well, she says, guess what?
Now, you met Godzilla. Okay, let me get, you got hit by a bus.
No, I'm still standing. So usually when somebody says, guess what?
They don't want you to guess.
They don't actually want you to guess. No. They're just excited to tell you something. So
I have news.
I have something to tell you.
Guess what?
Yes. And so she says, guess what? I ran into Gloria at a dumpling shop at lunch.
So not Godzilla, Gloria. I was close.
They're both G's.
I was close, yeah. All right, so she ran into Gloria at a shop at lunchtime. That's great. Who's Gloria? Well, that's my question as Zach. Zach says Gloria, which is a way of saying, who is Gloria? Is that the woman whose picnic we went to a while back? So here's Zach making his best guess. He doesn't really remember the name. He can't make a connection in his mind between Gloria and, oh, that person, no. But he makes a good guess, right? He kind of says, Gloria, you can think of scratching his head, going through his mental list of names, his Facebook in his mind. Is this the woman that we met at a picnic a while back? So maybe they met at an outdoor lunch event.
Yes, which is a picnic. And a picnic is a noun, and this just means to eat your lunch or eat your meal outside. So a lot of times you'll bring it, we have a basket, and it's actually called a picnic basket, and you will have a picnic blanket usually as well. And you'll go find a nice spot on the grass, put the blanket down, open your box, and just sit and eat and enjoy the weather. Obviously, this is something we do when the weather is nice. If it's raining outside, we don't want to be having a picnic because all your food will get wet and that won't be fun.
Yeah, that's no good. And of course, you also bring your picnic lunch, which you've prepared before.
Yes.
So you're not there cooking in the park.
Although in Taiwan, they seem to do that.
Some people do. In some places, though, it would be against the law. You can't use fire and things like that. So sandwiches, or though, yeah, you could probably do a little barbecue.
Yeah.
But only in the right place.
Yes. And so he's wondering if that's where they might
Gloria,
know Gloria
the picnic
from.
lady. Yeah.
But Tess goes, no, that was Angie.
Angie, not Gloria.
Not Gloria, Angie.
Right.
And then she says, Gloria was the passenger that sat next to us on the plane. So now, okay, Gloria's not the picnic lady, but she's somebody that we sat by on an airplane.
On an airplane. Lady, Gloria, sitting there. Yep, no, like Zach, I'm like, nope, that doesn't help. Sorry, but that still doesn't ring any bells. We're not talking about ding, 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 ringing a bell. We'll talk about that in a sec. But he does not remember this Gloria person as someone he sat next to on a plane. And unless you're flying the plane, and if you're flying the plane, I hope you know who is sitting next to you. That's important. But if you are not flying the plane, you're sitting in the back, you are a passenger. A passenger is a person in a vehicle of some kind who is not driving or conducting or controlling that vehicle. So if you're sitting next to the taxi driver, if you're sitting in the back of the car and your dad is driving, if you're on a bus standing up, while the bus driver drives with that cool giant wheel, you are the passenger. If you're riding in a train, if you're riding on a ship, if you're riding in a plane, I guess even if you're flying off to the International Space Station, but you're not pressing buttons, you're just sitting there like, when do we get to the space station? You're a passenger.
Yes, and so then we also had this phrase called ring any bells. So in this dialogue, we had Zach who said, I'm sorry, that still doesn't ring any bells, meaning he still doesn't remember who this person is. When we use this phrase to ring a bell, and most of the time we don't have this word any, it will just say, oh, that doesn't ring a bell instead of any bells, but both are okay. And it means like, I'm still not able to come up with what you are saying. If something rings a bell, it's kind of familiar as if there was a bell in your memory that's like, ting, 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 ting. I kind of remember this sort of is something that I might know what's going on. It doesn't mean that you remember everything super well. It either rings a bell, so you're vaguely aware of it. You're like, yeah, I kind of remember. Or it doesn't ring a bell, and then it's like, oh, nope, not even a little bit. I don't even know what you're talking about, even a tiny bit. There's no bells ringing. It's not connected in any way to my memory. I don't know what you're talking about.
No idea. All right, well, we'll have to take a break right now, but we'll come back to find out who the heck is Gloria?
She was on the flight, which was delayed in Vancouver for 5 hours.
Oh, wait. Gloria was the one who shared her treats with us.
That's right.
I found her to be very nice. How's she doing?
Who is Gloria? I don't know this this lady? I thought she was the picnic lady, but now you're saying she's the airplane lady. I'm Zach. I'm confused. Who the heck is Gloria?
Yes, and so even though Tess said, hey, it was the lady on the airplane.
That doesn't help.
Yeah, he still doesn't know. No bells are ringing.
No,
He's
I
not
was
remembering.
watching movies the whole flight.
Yes, and so she says she was on the flight, which was delayed in Vancouver for 5 hours. So I'm trying, as Tess, I'm trying to give Zach more information. Remember, it was the flight when we were delayed for a really long time.
I've taken many flights, though.
Well...
The Vancouver? Oh, the Vancouver flight! The time he got delayed! Not that other flight to Hong Kong, or that flight to Singapore, or that flight to Korea. No, because when you have a flight, you're traveling by airplane, and like most people, you've probably traveled to a few different places by airplane. So remembering one flight, or one journey, or travel situation by airplane would be hard to remember because that's all a flight is. You go to the airport, you have your ticket, you give them your bag, you get on the plane, you sit down, they give you that tiny bag of peanuts, your little drink, you watch a movie, you get off the plane, and then you go, hi, Grandma! You have had one flight to visit your grandma. So yes, this is a noun that we use, and we would basically say, my airplane trip. Instead of saying that, we would say, my flight. My flight leaves at 3 o'clock and lands at 6 o'clock. My journey or trip by airplane.
Yes, and then we had this word delay, which is a verb, and it just means that something is starting later than expected. So for whatever reason, the start time got pushed back. Now, unfortunately, this is something that we run into a lot when we travel. There are lots and lots of airplanes that get delayed every day. It might be a short delay, maybe 20, 30 minutes or an hour, or it could be like the Vancouver flight where it's 5 hours. That's
I'm gonna kill somebody.
Oh, you're gonna get very frustrated.
You could be delayed overnight.
Yes, and if you have connecting flights, that makes a lot of trouble. Yes, but you can use delay in lots of different ways. You could also, your play got delayed, or your start date for anything gets delayed, you can use it in that way. But probably most common is going to be on flights.
So it will happen, just not when you expect, and you're going to have to wait for some time.
Yes,
but it will happen.
Not canceled.
It's not canceled.
Just delayed.
Or postponed. It's just delayed. All right, so Zach is thinking, Gloria, Vancouver flight, delayed 5 hours. I mean, he would probably remember this, right? I mean, flying to Vancouver's far away. You don't do that every day. And that 5 hour delay, hopefully that only happens to you on a few flights. So suddenly, he remembers, it rings bells, the penny drops, his brain starts working and his memory kicks in. He says, oh, wait, Gloria was the one who shared her treats with us. If you tell him that she's the sweet treat lady, then he'll remember who the heck you're talking about. Gloria, the lady with the bag full of jelly beans. Or whatever.
Yes, the treat. And Tess says, lady. That's right. So finally, he has remembered, and she says, yep, that's the one.
And now he knows who she's talking about. He can talk about his memories of this person who he knows. He says, I found her to be very nice. She gave me some jelly beans, and this makes her a nice, good person. When you find her to be, that doesn't mean he was looking for Gloria. That just means what he thought of her, his impression of her, the sort of feeling she gave to him when they met. You find someone to be friendly, you find someone to be kind of cold or unfriendly, that kind of thing. So it basically means, this is what I think. I found this place to be lovely. I could live here. I found that place to be kind of too busy and crowded. I felt uncomfortable. That was my feeling, my impression. That's what I thought. How's she doing? He asks. And Tess does not answer because we don't really care about Gloria, but we do care about reaching the end of the dialogue, and we've done that. Hopefully Gloria comes back with some jelly beans. I'm getting hungry, and we'll see you soon. Probably tomorrow, if you don't take a flight, and hopefully you don't, because we want to be here with you guys. So bye. Till tomorrow. Tess is filling Zach in on her day.
Guess what? I ran into Gloria at a dumpling shop at lunch.
Gloria, is that the woman whose picnic we went to a while back?
No, that was Angie. Gloria was the passenger that sat next to us on the plane.
Sorry, but that still doesn't ring any bells.
She was on the flight, which was delayed in Vancouver for 5 hours.
Oh, wait! Gloria was the one who shared her treats with us.
That's right.
I found her to be very nice. How's she doing?
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 dumpling 名词饺子、水饺。We had some dumplings for dinner. 我们晚餐吃了一些水饺。下一个单字 picnic 名词野餐。The kids are going on a picnic. 孩子们要去野餐了。下一个单字 passenger 名词乘客。The train was crowded with passengers during rush hour. 在高峰期间，火车上挤满了乘客。Rush hour 指的是尖峰时刻。最后一个单字 flight 名词班机、航程。The flight to Paris was delayed because of bad weather. 前往巴黎的班机因恶劣天气延误了。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 fill somebody in 提供某人资讯，也可以说 fill in somebody。注意后面要用介系词 on 来接受词，表示告诉某人什么的资讯。我们来看看这个例句 I'll fill you in on the details of the meeting later. 我等等会把会议的详情告诉你。Detail 指的是细节。下一个文法 ring a bell听起来很耳熟，也可以说 ring any bells。 ring 的三态是 ring, rang, rung， 指的是响起铃声。bell 是钟铃，所以 ring a bell 原本的意思是鸣钟、按铃，引申的意思呢就是对什么有印象。我们来看看这个例句 That song title rings a bell。 那首歌的歌名听起来很耳熟。最后一个文法How's somebody doing? 某人近来好吗？这是一个口语用法。我们来看看这个对话。How's your mom doing? 你妈妈最近还好吗？ She's fine, thanks for asking. 她很好，谢谢问候。以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Hey, it's Kiwi on the street.
I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie, and I am also nervous because, Kiki, I have a performance coming up, and I'm freaking out. I just want it to go well. I'm so scared. And
Don't worry, Winnie. You're going to do fine. You're going to have a great show. Break a leg.
Thank you for that blessing.
That's right. Sometimes we want to bless our friends. So today we are going to translate some blessings into English.
Good luck.
It's time to work on some translations. Please choose one for me. These have to do with blessings, okay? 一路平安，旅途愉快。一路平安，旅途愉快。
Safe trip. Enjoy your trip. Have a good trip.
Have a good trip. Yeah, okay.
一路平安 would be your travel is smooth, and then that your vacation is happy.
Be careful on your way and be happy at your trip.
Very
nice.
good. Or we can say safe travels, have a good trip. Very good. We have 祝你一切顺利. What do you think that means?
Hope you're fine.
Hope you are fine? Okay, very good, very close. You would say, I hope everything goes well, goes smoothly. So what have we learned today?
Today we worked on translating some blessings that you can wish people, okay? So let's go through each and every one of them. The first one is very simple. You can just say bon voyage, which is French, But in English, you can also wish somebody a safe trip and a pleasant journey. You can also say safe travels and have a great time. The next one is, I wish you all the best. Or you can say, hope everything goes well with you. And those are the translations we did today. KiWi later.